Hello everyone, you are watching part 2 of my WarRock interview with NXFallen on Gamescom 2013 about WarRock. So we talked about WarRock, really interesting stuff. If you want to see it, well, here's the interview right now.
What do you think of the other companies that host WarRock? Are they an example for you or?
Well, the thing is I didn't have much contact with them, except that as the old, I did have some contact with people who used to work for Gamers First. I did have some contact with people who used to work for the old WarRock Philippines publisher, but that's about it. I mean, we don't really have like a real eager discussion going on. I don't really talk to them. And also our markets are completely different. The Philippine market works in a completely different way than the European and American market. It's really a thing about prices. I mean, if you check Philippine WarRock, everything's cheaper, what you buy, but that's normal because people's revenues or allowances are not that high in those countries. So we can't really say it's an example. They might have like some event ideas that are good that we might want to try in our version, but in the overall part, publishing a game in Europe and publishing a game in like the Philippines is like completely different. So therefore we can't really take that much input from them. We can't give them that much of our information and or any ideas because they can't like really use them, and vice versa, it's exactly the same thing. So.
But it's not like you are jealous on the other persons how they are doing sometimes because they work also with Dream Execution.
No, I'm actually not at all. Actually not at all, because we follow a completely different path with this game. I mean, we follow a more content-based path than a sales or event-based path. So keeping the existing user base interested in our game is like the very first important thing to do when we take a decision. It's like keeping the people who are already there, who already know the game and who play it a lot, to give them new weapons, new content, new maps, even like we did with Denkmal, bringing a map that's completely unique, it's not in another version, or like actually listening to them. I mean, this dogfight thing was like demanded on the forum like a while back, so we came up with the idea, let's put a dogfight thing into the marathon, and I know that a lot of other stuff is demanded by the community, and it won't be that long till we actually implement it. But it's not like you ask and it's there. It might take a month or even two till we are able to get everything translated, to get everything localized to our version. A lot of people are asking for POW Camp. It's definitely a possibility to put it in our game if it's like this loved. But there's a lot of work. It has to be done first. It has to be translated in different languages, all the information on the screen. This is a procedure that takes time.
This is maybe a stupid question, but someone wants to know it. Why is WarRock not on Gamescom?
We planned on having it last year. We actually planned on having it last year on the Gamescom, but we then cancelled it to replace it with Navy Field 2. Because otherwise we would have gone to the Gamescom with 2 shooters.
What is your opinion about the hack situation now? Because last year we talked and then you said something, we are working on it, because then you guys just took over the game and now we are a year later. What do you think of the opinion?
Well, I think we did a lot of changes since we last met here. We now, because shortly after we met, we actually started to ban the guys. We had this over 9,000 dishonor list posted, and we posted like weekly. We like weekly post those dishonor lists, and we are working closer together and faster together with OnLab to give them all the information they need to be able to have a longer dishonor list every week, or like detecting hacks faster. And I think it's something you actually notice in the game. Just look around on the forums. Of course there's people complaining. If one good game you're running is broken by a hacker, of course you're angry. I can't keep them out. I can just like keep them from playing after a while. It's not like the game is disconnecting them. It's like HackShield is logging them and we ban them once a week. So they will be there for a week, but this does not mean that they will be there after that. So even though they can't play with a hack, it's locked, and punishment will be given if somebody really hacks. But what the community has to get into their minds, into their mindset, is that, in my personal opinion, from what I see, after far over a year of experience with WarRock and with the WarRock community, is that 95% of their accusations of somebody hacking are not correct.
Okay, that's new.
So it's like, when they see somebody winning, it's obviously a hacker. But if it would be, he would be locked and he would be banned. Easy as that. Because now you can basically see that we have a list between 250 and 500 users a week that get detected. Most of them even running on older hacks, not on new hacks. So the thing is, the community is not reacting on what the hack writers do, which is a good thing, because they are still using old stuff, which easily gets detected by us, and they easily get banned, which makes a much more hackly environment, in my opinion. It's a big step we took
so
from
it has
last year.
getting better.
Yeah, definitely. It's gotten better.
Yeah, okay.
It's gotten a lot better.
Okay.
But it still will be better in the future, because I'm really working on this personally, and I'm doing this on a weekly basis. So this is like something that really gets done.
What are you going to do against private servers?
Well, that's a question you should probably ask to our legal team and not to me. I know that they are working on that they are actually collecting data together with the providers who host those servers of the people who run them, and they will take legal actions against them. Because it's Dream Executions and our shared intellectual property, so there is a whole bunch of legal guys behind it that are working on this, but it's also nothing that goes in a day. First we have to ask information to their providers, then we receive them, they give them to us, that's no problem, because it's a legal thing. And as soon as a private server has been contacted already by us to shut down, you can be certain that there's a whole legal mill running in the background already, and that even if they shut down now, there's like no getting away.
So all the guys who are watching right now who have a private server, what would you like to say to them?
Well, if you already received a letter, I'm sorry, I think you're screwed. But if you haven't received one yet, better shut it down, because we're watching.
Then it's Fallen is calling you, and then you have a big problem.
I'm not calling, I'm like too busy to call, but yeah.
What are you going to do against overclockers? We
are actually working on a way, or we found a way on detecting it kind of efficiently, but we are still not like 100% certain that this is like really accurate, because HackShield also has a tool like this, and that's not accurate. So we were working on our own one, and we are using it for testing purposes at this moment, especially in ESL matches where the problem seems to be much more aggravated than it is in public matches. And once we are like certain that this software works, we will start using it, and we will create a special ban policy for it. So there might be a possibility that those people get permanently banned, there might be a possibility that they only get like a warning ban for a specific amount of time, but something's gonna happen once our head development team says this is accurate, this can be used, and this is useful. Because at the moment it's not like this useful, it's like a lot of work to work with it, and it's kind of complicated to use it, so we still have to do some tweaks, but it seems to work correctly. So once we get it bundled as it should be, it's going to be used.
What do you think of the stats websites there are right now?
They do have some really interesting features, but we also, like with the overclock software, have to check if they are running like 100% accurately. And we are also planning in communicating and working with them on creating something similar on our own website. Like when the clan system comes out, we also need new stats, so we have to improve the stats. and we are already now with websites like Wasta and WarRock Stats, we are already in discussion, like sharing information to see how easily this can be implemented onto our website, because most of those websites work in a different programming languages than ours. So how easily we can transfer that and use similar stuff on our server and have users checking their statistics and all the statistics on our website in a 100% accurate way, so we can also use it as an actual proof while users are reporting hackers or power levels.
Okay. So yeah, this was the video, this was port 2, there's no port 3, there's no port 4, there's no port over 9000. So if you want to see port 1 as well, check the description below. And yeah, it's really interesting, it's about premium and 8 slot weapons, stuff like that. So if you want to see it, check the description or check the credits after this video. So I want to thank everyone for watching. If you want, you can share this video, you can like this video, you can do whatever you want with this video. You can throw it at the trash can somewhere virtually. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I see you guys next time.